Have you ever told yourself, I'll start tomorrow? Tomorrow I'll eat healthy. Tomorrow I'll save money. Tomorrow I'll work on my dream. But let me ask you, how many of those tomorrows have already passed by? The truth is, tomorrow is the easiest lie we tell ourselves, a thief that steals our dreams silently while we wait for the perfect moment. This is the story of a young man named Arif, and how he discovered that waiting for tomorrow is the biggest trap of life. Arif was like most people, ambitious in his mind but lazy in his actions. He always had big plans. He wanted to write a book, get fit, and start his own business. But whenever the thought came, he whispered to himself, "Tomorrow I'll start." He lived in a small apartment, spent hours scrolling on his phone, eating junk food, watching movies late into the night. Each morning, he woke up tired and promised, "Not today, tomorrow." Weeks turned into months, months into years, and Arif remained stuck in the same cycle, dreaming, but never doing. One night, as he scrolled endlessly, he stumbled upon a simple quote: "Your future is built by what you do today, not tomorrow." Something about those words hit him harder than any movie scene. For the first time, he felt ashamed. He looked around his messy room, his half-finished journals, his untouched dumbbells in the corner. Suddenly it struck him. He wasn't losing because life was unfair. He was losing because he was waiting for a day that never came. The next morning, Arif made a small decision. Not a big one, not a life-changing one, just a small one. He picked up his dusty notebook and wrote a single sentence. That's it. Just one line. It felt so small that it almost seemed silly. But he told himself, "I'll do this every day." The next day he wrote 2 sentences. The day after, 3. Slowly, that notebook began to fill. Encouraged by this tiny success, he tried something else. Exercise. He didn't attempt a full workout or a fancy gym routine. He just dropped to the floor and did 5 push-ups. The next day, he did 6, then 7. Within a month, his body felt different. His shoulders were straighter, his mind clearer. He started feeling proud of himself, not for achieving a huge goal, but for keeping a small promise. The turning point came when Arif compared the old version of himself with the new one. The old Arif had waited for the right mood, the right time, the perfect plan. The new Arif understood the secret. Success doesn't come from giant leaps. It comes from tiny, repeated steps. He realized that habits are like seeds. At first, they look small, almost invisible. But if you water them daily, they grow into trees that change your entire landscape. One evening, Arif looked at his notebook. Half of it was filled with stories and ideas that once only lived in his imagination. He smiled. He no longer dreamed of being a writer. He already was one. His body felt stronger from daily push-ups. His wallet, once always empty, now had savings because he had started dropping a few coins into a jar every day. Even his relationships improved. Instead of waiting for the right time to call a friend, he just called that day. Instead of waiting for extra income to save, he saved with whatever he had. People around him noticed the change. His colleagues asked how he had become so consistent. His friends admired his discipline. Arif told them the truth. "I stopped waiting for tomorrow. I started small today. That line became his mantra. But here's the most important part. Arif realized life never changes in one dramatic explosion. It changes in whispers, in the small actions we repeat daily. Tomorrow never comes, but today is always in your hands. That is the real power of habits. And perhaps you too have been waiting to start our fitness, waiting to launch that idea, waiting to call that person, waiting to live your life. But remember, tomorrow is just an excuse. If you can take one step today, however small,